There is an age-long argument. Are leaders born or are leaders made? Do we learn leadership, or leadership is an innate learning that we get to come in over a period of time? Do we just, because we pick up titles and roles, automatically become leaders? Or do we need to take some conscious step into becoming better leaders? There are several arguments as well as to leadership is by influence or leadership is by directing a team towards success. Whatever school of thought you belong to, I invite you to join me in this conversation as we look at another episode on the leadership series. And today's conversation, we're talking about developing healthy leadership mindsets in helping you become a better leader. Now, leadership is not merely a role or a set of skills. It is a way of life. And in my strong opinion, great leaders are not born. They are made through a deliberate practice of developing and nurturing leadership skills. Now, these habits are a range of behaviors, attitude, and daily practices that distinguish excellent leaders from the rest. And it is this range of behaviors that I have come to define as leadership habits. In case you're wondering what's the topic of today's conversation, we're basically talking about developing leadership habits. Now, the theme of developing leadership habits underscores that the critical role of consistent positive habits plays in effective leaders. Now, it evolves around the belief that leader has in him, in which he carries out his leadership duty or function, right? It is not an event, but it is a journey. And the path to success as a leader is paved with the daily choices and routines that the leaders consciously adopt. Now, in this conversation, we'll dive into the core aspects of leadership habits, right? And the profound impact on individuals, on teams, and on organization. And the first thing I want to talk about here is the power of consistency. Habits are building blocks, right? They are building blocks of consistency. They are the cornerstone of leadership. Now, when I talk about habits, right, and I'm talking about the power of consistency, it is you doing that thing that seems small over a period of time consistently to make you a better leader and a better manager. Number two is the mindset shift. When you understand that leadership is not the same thing as management. Now, that is not the conversation for today. I'll probably be talking about that in another episode. But when you understand the difference between leadership and management, when you understand that as a leader, you are working to build strong level of influence over your team, and you are trying to build connectedness, with your team to drive results, then that mindset shift would have to happen, right? So it can begin with a mindset shift where you explore the importance of cultivating a growth mindset and the belief that leadership skills can be developed over time. Do not expect automatically that because you have just been promoted to a manager, you automatically are a leader. Do not assume that because you have 2-3 people reporting to you, you are automatically a leader. The first thing that should happen first in your mind is that shift that I need to cultivate a growth mindset in my belief around leadership, and I need to grow my leadership skills over a period of time. Thirdly is intentional practices, right? You need to be specific about the leadership practice and rituals that you want to incorporate in your daily, weekly, and monthly routine. Do you want to ensure that you establish your weekly stand-ups, your weekly check-ins, your monthly stand-up, whatever it is, or you want to do your weekly one-on-ones and you want to create a pattern around that, you want to create a ritual around it? And so it's important that you are intentional about whatever practices you're doing to help you become a better leader, so you can have a routine that will enhance your leadership effectiveness. Again, you're leading by example, right? Great leaders do not just talk the talk, they walk the talk, right? Now, by setting an example, for instance, if you're saying all team members must resume at work by 8 o'clock, like I said in my last episode, You should not be the leader who resume at work at 8:30 and say, oh, I'm the leader. Setting tangible examples of the kind of behavior, results that you want to see from your team members is a good mindset to have and develop as a leader who is looking to develop a strong leadership mindset. Another thing to look out for is your adaptability and evolution. Now, your leadership habits must revolve and evolve with changing circumstances. Do not be static. Be that kind of manager that can change his or her position where there's a superior argument. Be that kind of manager who can easily bounce back from situations that are meant to pull you back. Be that kind of manager who, in as much as the team has not met their goal, can quickly put the team up to face their eyes on their laser focus on whatever the goals and the vision they were looking to achieve. And so adaptability and evolution is important, and it's a good mindset that you must have. When there are issues, when you face a roadblock as a manager, even with your team as a leader, it is not, yes, it's okay to cry about it, but it's more important that you pick up yourself and rechannel a course for the team. And so it's important that you know that things can evolve, and you must evolve with those things as a leader. Another important thing is your impact on organizational culture. When we talk about the subject of organizational culture, I say to people, the conversation of culture is not something that HR drives alone. As a leader, as a manager, we all own the culture of an organization. We all have an input, we all drive it. HR will probably only provide the templates and drives the process and supports the process, I meant to say. We all must ensure that we're driving the right organizational culture. And so, as part of a manager, you should understand that your habits have a ripple effect, right? So, whatever it is you do is part of what is shaping the culture of the organization, of the team that you work in. So, there are different dynamics. It's also going to help in trying in the subject of employee engagement in your team. But it's important for you to understand that whatever it is habits that you put in place, whatever it is the thing that you're doing at the moment, whatever mindset you have around leadership will impact positively or negatively on the organizational culture which you as a manager is responsible for. Another thing for us to look out for is that you have the mindset to overcome challenges and setbacks when they come. Now, leadership is not without challenges, right? It is important that you have that mindset. So, as the challenges come, I'm surmounting them and I'm moving forward. Throughout our exploration, right, there are several leaders we could look at, right, who can share several practical tips for us, right, on how we can become better leaders. Join us as we continue this conversation, right, on the journey of self-discovery and transformation as we uncover the acts and signs of developing leadership habits. Now, whether you are a seasoned leader, you're an aspiring lead, or you find valuable insights and actionable steps to help you in building the strong leadership habits. Now, in our next episode, we'll be looking at decision making as a strong component of those habits you must build and develop and learn in helping you become a solid leader. Thank you for listening to this episode. We hope you got more value than expected. If you have any question, comment, or suggestion, please reach out to us. I'll be more than available to help you and to provide clarity. Do not forget to follow us on all our social media platforms on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram as The Workplace Podcast with Nelson Dominic. Also, please tune in to listen to our several episodes on all our audio streaming platforms as well as on YouTube. This is The Workplace Podcast with Nelson Dominic, navigating the workplace one episode at a time.